Good morning and welcome to the Art of the Oracle. My name's Virginia. I am so excited to do this 3-card pick a card reading for you. I have a beautiful collection of Oracle cards that is going to give us information from the wisdom of the trees and the animals and numbers and divine masculine and feminine. But we are starting off with Krans, the wild archetypes. So this brings in an archetypal energy that is running through the reading and through information that you need to know. I'm asking this to be a reading around kind of the ending of January as we step into February. So there's been a lot of ending and beginning energy that is kind of followed us from last year and into the beginning of this year. So we are ending and beginning. We are ending out the month of January and beginning the month of February. So it is going to be that 2-week period that I'm asking for information for you. And I've already drawn these cards. I had a lot of fun drawing the cards. I laid everything out and really brought energy around the cards because they were just been in the box too long. And I felt like they really needed some openings. So to begin your reading here, the first card coming out is the Creator for reading number 1, which is card 22, very divine number. And then you have lapis lazuli as your stone. So listen to the energy of that reading. And for reading number 2, you have Kairos, and this is 76. And your stone is the golden healer. And for reading number 3, it is Gnosis. And this is card 75. And you have black tourmaline. So I'm very excited to tap into the energy. I hope you feel the excitement as well. Listen to your heart. Choose the pile that you feel resonates with where you are in this moment. Please feel free to go back and watch it at any time or any previous readings. Whenever you find a reading, it's the perfect time for you. So go back and reread it again if you need, like, what did that say? And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. If you're not a subscriber, I'd love to have you come back again for daily readings and additional 3-card readings. So let's get into your readings. All right, reading 1. This is the energy for you. So the first thing that I wanted to bring in is this beautiful stone here, which is lapis lazuli. Now, the blue stone itself could represent something around your throat and needing to be heard, or maybe part of your occupation going into that, but it could also be the third eye because it's kind of in between that energy. So I would say that energy around your throat and the third eye, being able to kind of see and tap into the energy that you need. It helps develop that sixth sense. So that's one of the things that it says that it does. I brought out a crystal book to help me to give you accurate information around that. It's said to stimulate intuition and psychic gifts. It is also said to be an inspirational at the same time as healing. So the stone can help you clear past karma, and it can help you find the truth of a situation. So that's around the throat and the sixth sense. So the other information that I wanted to bring out is through Krans and the Creator. I love this Creator energy for several reasons. You can kind of see a little bit of an explosion, right, around, like, what is it that you want to create? So this energy is bringing in the ability to literally create as an artist, if you're thinking about doing that, but also the energy around like alchemical creation, being able to change and transform and to create a life that has a very specific meaning and purpose for you. So the energy around this can be that you are an innovator, that you are bringing out new ideas, that you are adding creativity into your life, or that you are literally like dropping and changing everything. So this is around the next couple of weeks. So the energy around you is about creating. So it could be about letting something else go and bringing something in. Now, I've seen, very interestingly, that your candle has gone out. So I always feel like there is relevance in readings when things like that happen. And I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to go ahead and light that, because that's what I'm feeling like in these 2 weeks, that there's going to be a spark of some sort of information. That's why I was seeing like, or this black around here and all this energy like sparking out, and you holding the brush and being able to transform, create, bring about something new in your life that's going to help bring in, I feel like, something that you've been desiring for quite a long time. So perhaps you've been wanting a change, or perhaps you wanted your health to be better, or perhaps that you've had this inkling to really start creating. Like you have this idea in your mind and it just hasn't ever seemed to be the right time, or that other energies have gotten in the way, and I'm feeling like it is exactly the right time. Now, I'm feeling some strange energy around my throat, almost as if there is something that is going to catapult your voice. Maybe you were creative in that regard. You're a writer, or an oracle reader, somebody that brings out information into the world. And I'm feeling like there's been a little bit of a pain or a sting around that ability to do that. And I'm seeing that is opening up for you. It's like it's almost like asking you just to nurture it just a little bit longer, because it's ready to explode. The information, the creativity, the flow is here, and it's asking you to just sit down with the intention to do that. So I know that that's a lot of information. I'm going to light your candle. All right, so I love that this reading is going in that direction, because I cleaned out the old candle wax from this, and this is selenite, kind of amplifies and clears away energy. So please feel free to kind of grab onto that energy. I feel like it's here to amplify this healing and this opening. Even my throat and everything, it was like cleared out so I could like communicate. So everything happened around this changing of the candle. And there's this weird like black stripe that happened because I lit it from another candle. And maybe you don't need to know all this information, but the point is that there is like a balancing of the divine light and the shadow. There's no bad parts of you. And this energy that's why there's black in the middle of all of this and surrounding all this creation. It's like before the explosion of the energy, everything looks the darkest before the light, right? So that's what this energy is bringing in. So let's go forward. So one of the energies that I wanted to bring out was kind of this sacred mothers and goddess energy, and then angels and ancestors. Okay, so beautiful. So we're staying in this is, oh my gosh, you can't. So I'm just taking this. These cards are a little bit thicker. So the card that fell out for you is this Una, which is creative solutions. So you can't, this is all about you being the creator, you tapping into creative solutions as well. So remember in this card, it was around alchemy, right? There was something about the possibility of bringing in change or about needing change. And the message from her is, it says, sometimes problems need creative solutions rather than a fight or flight reaction. So consider it possible to resolve a current situation that you're going through. It's sometimes better to rewrite your story and live the life you want. So you can survive and achieve victory by thinking outside the box. So perhaps that is what's going on right now for you, is that there is something that's been going on that has felt like there is there's no solution. And this is saying absolutely there is a solution. There is something coming through for you that needs to happen, and you have the ability to do it. So let's go. Okay, that's beautiful. I don't know if you saw this, but I went to shuffle, and these two cards are coming out here from Kyle Gray's deck, the Angels and Ancestors. And the Sun, it's saying that there will be success around this thing that you're wanting to bring in, this creativity. She's looking at, you know, these are white doves. I feel like there could be inspiration that comes in, that just kind of, like I was thinking with this, like a resolution just coming in. This is saying that, you know, when that sun energy, this, I feel like, again, is more of that spark of divine. And it's saying release the old and rest. So because it is around this raven energy, I feel like there's a magical, alchemical reaction. Now, it does say autumn in here. So I don't think that you have to wait till autumn for you to see what you need to see through here. What I feel like is that what's happening here is that there is something that is changing. It's saying release the old and rest. And that's what I was feeling like. We're ending January, going into February. Magic is happening. Change is happening. You have a lot of energy around you that's telling you to keep going in that direction. Allow that creative light to flow in. And then, yeah, this magic, that's what I'm feeling. The biggest energy from this card is around the magic of the raven, which is beautiful energy. And I'm going to let that guide us right in to asking for the animals. What animal would like to bring a message in as well today for your reading? Okay, I feel like it's that one. And, oh, there's two again. Oh, that's very interesting. And look at that. So what's very, very lovely. So I'm going to keep moving these cards on down here because I feel like they need to add to this energy, is that we have almost like the same energy here, right? With this Black Panther energy, and we have this energy around the beaver. So this again is 22 and 22. The beaver is a creator. The beaver creates through using the resources that he has around him. And he always leaves, you know, like a way out, meaning that when he builds his house, he makes sure that there's an entrance and an exit, so to speak, because he lives in the water, which is the emotion, and he works with the trees, which are very rooted. So he uses these two elements to be able to kind of create a space for him. So I think the reason why it's coming in 22 is this beautiful divine two things coming together, which is why I think this black landed here, and why you're seeing these elements coming out with the light and the dark, the light and the dark, is because it's saying there's a balancing that needs to happen between perhaps the way that you're looking at this. If you can look at this Black Panther energy, I'm going to grab the book because I don't remember all the information, but it's a really good omen to have this Black Panther energy. I believe it's the last animal in the deck, and I'm gonna look at it while I'm talking here. And yeah, it is. It's called, the name underneath Black Panther is Embracing the Unknown. So that's what I was feeling about this energy around autumn and the raven energy. It's like that unknown magic coming in. And then you have this sun energy, this creative energy, this 2-2 energy. 2 and 2 is 4, which is creating the foundation. It's this beautiful energy around taking like what appears to be two opposites, which are together to create what it is that you need in terms of transformative energy. Now, the Black Panther, if it's appeared today, it says it may be telling you not to worry about the future. There's a lot of information out there that can make it seem like it's really scary energy, and that everything looks like, you know, why are we even here? Because it's all going disastrous. That's that like dark before the spark of inspiration. That's the unknown. That's what it's asking you to do, to embrace that feeling. It's almost as if you've ever ridden a roller coaster, like you go to the very top of the roller coaster and you're excited and scared at the same moment because the exhilaration of the ride, and I don't know why I was getting that in. It's like, I feel like things are going to move really quickly for you as you start moving into February. So it's asking you not to try to figure everything out and just to trust. And it's asking you also to confront your fears around something. And it could be part of what this dark energy is coming around. Fear is a really low vibrational energy, and that energy moves very, very slowly. And when you kind of get trapped in that fear energy, it just kind of keeps you in this slow moving loop. Open the window, let that sun come in, look to the higher awareness, almost become a raven or a crow, and rise above what feels very dark, and pull yourself out of that fear mode and look at it, and what is it exactly that is creating the fear, because you have the ability to transform, to create the space that you desire. Use the elements, use your intuition. I think that's one of the reasons why Beaver came out, because he's that energy around the flow of your emotional energy. Please don't underestimate that energy. I feel like it's very important. So the other oracle that's coming out for us today is this beautiful wisdom of the trees. So for reading number 1, okay, so this is the one that we're going to use. Montezuma cypress. So as you see, this is a very ancient tree that's bringing the information out for you. And you can also see it's like there are things hidden within perhaps the way that you're doing things, how you're feeling about, where you're going. There's something that is there, almost like a gift. I feel like this is a God energy. You can see here, there's a little turtle here. That's that slow moving energy. But the turtle, just like the beaver, it's like he can move within water or your emotions and on land, which is what we were seeing from the beaver. And so he's very well grounded. Something about your home I'm getting, because as the beaver creates a home, the turtle kind of has the home on his back. He's nomadic, so he's able to move within different elements, on land and in water. So I'm going to go to the guidebook and take a peek, because I'm seeing that river energy. Are you seeing that energy? It's kind of flowing around, as you can see, like it's kind of flowing. It's like he's coming into now from the land into the emotional energy, into the energy that's asking him to kind of solidify something. So the card is around solidity. And it's asking you, it says, are you feeling kind of worries and difficulties, which is what some of this other energy, that darkness or that shadow energy is. It says, learn to focus your attention on whatever is the most important to you in this particular situation. Don't dilute your power, and don't concentrate on things that are trivial. So what that's telling me in this energy is, like, you can see these big, they're almost like masses that are created on a tree. It's like sometimes when something is wrong within a tree's energy, it creates this, I can't remember, I'm not thinking of what it's called right now, but it's almost like it looks completely different from the rest of the tree. But what it does is it isolates that problem and then goes on doing what it does. And it actually creates these really beautiful knots and things within the tree that creates character. And I feel like that's some aspect of what you're going through right now. So because we have all this energy around the moon, I wanted to draw the moon cards to find out what that energy is bringing in. Okay, you got 3 cards, and what it says is, what do you need to release? So yeah, so there's something that perhaps you, look at that. So we also have like this sun energy with the full moon in Leo. It says, don't let pride get in your way. So there's some aspect I'm feeling like, and then your commitment is being tested. What's really beautiful here is you have the crescent moon and this full moon, asking you to really look at something. Don't go at it with your head too much involved in it. Follow your intuition, but it's asking you commit to something, to commit to possibly releasing of something. Is there something that you're like really tired of having around in your space? It's telling you that it's kind of time to let go of that. Lastly, in the oracles, we're going to ask for a number. What is a number that you can possibly will bring some information? Oh, wow. 911. Okay, so that's really interesting. The cards separated in so many different ways, but what was inevitable is that inevitability really is what wanted to come out for you. So I'm going to take this one card right here on the top, and as you can see, it's around transformation. We are in this 9 year. We're stepping out of 1 month, going into the other month. But I feel like what the card is offering you is just if you get out of your head about worrying about what's going on, about darkness, about how you're going to change, about how you're going to move forward, it's just asking you to release the fear. It's asking you to kind of secure your home, your space. Like, what is the space? This is what I'm hearing. What is that space in your home that helps you to feel supported, that helps you feel stable? It's asking you to do that, because what's going on in the outside is inevitable. And I feel like what is really happening is that it's like you're trying to control it. It's like you want very much. I didn't even bring out my beautiful tarot cards, which is really unusual. I always open up all the cards. So, and that's very interesting, because I feel like what that's saying is for you reading number 1, is we're opening something up. We're opening the box. We're letting something out. We're bringing that new energy in, and we're listening. We're being guided by just our intuitive senses, by this fear that's coming in, and really looking at it and asking it, what does it need right now to be done? So let's see. Let's go to the tarot cards and ask, what is being revealed here today? Okay, there's a lot of cards coming out. So I feel like these want to come out and these want to come out, and then this opened up so those could be revealed. So let's take a look at what we have. Okay, so the Queen of Swords, absolutely. She's about turning her back to this old way of thinking, looking to the future. She's completely looking to the future. And the Swords is about the air energy. But as you can see, just like the beaver and this Montezuma cypress was showing, is that she's in the middle of this emotional energy. It's like what it looks like is she's right next to the water. She's right next and feeling that energy coming in. But she's all in black, right? So she's seeing or hearing in her head this energy, but she's grounding down and not moving. She's very stable, and she's listening to what's coming into her before she takes a move. So interesting. I feel like when the Knight of Wands energy comes out, there's something really important here for you to move into. So as you can see now, we have opposing energy here. We have the Swords energy, which is around our communication and thoughts and things coming in, and the Knight energy, which is around moving forward. So what this is telling me for you is that there is information coming in, that it's going to ignite something within you to move forward. And as you can see, she's in white, but she's still got that black horse behind her raging, which could represent your fears behind you. Like this, she's in black. She's in the middle of understanding what all that energy means. She's risen above it, and she's soaring like this beautiful raven above everything to see. She's not making a move until she gets all the information. I think that's very important, because we also have this 5 energy. And I read the 5 of Wands a little differently than I think some readers do. As I'm seeing the 5 energy as this kind of creative energy, there's a little bit of conflict. And that conflict is actually creating change. Like there's a lot of people that perhaps are either, or a lot of ideas or a lot of something coming into you, and you're all kind of reaching. You feel like everybody's reaching for the same thing. And it could be part of that fear energy that you're experiencing, right? So it could be part of the energy that, you know, that unknown energy that's asking you not to fight over everything, that everything is going to become aware. So there is some aspect here around, as you can see, this is all this red energy. But before this, it's about really listening and looking at what is going on in front of you. Look at the direction that you can go in. Really, really feel into that unknown energy before you take that leap and do something that's going to create more havoc. Because this is you, I feel like, and there's another energy around stability. The Emperor energy could be around you solidifying, like what this was saying over here. This is inevitable. Something is going to happen, but you need to bring something down into your, you need to create this solid movement. And he's holding what he needs. So what I'm hearing from that is you have what you need. There is an energy around you that could create some havoc if you move. If you're a fiery energy, or you have somebody with a fiery energy coming in and wanting you to move before you have all the pieces together, or you're listening at information outside that is wanting you to move, and you don't have all the information, it's asking you not to do that. Now, what's beautiful is that the only energy that's not present here is the energy of the coins, which is that earthly energy. That's the pentacle energy that's bringing everything down. So what you have is you have air energy, you have water energy, and you have all this fire in the middle. And this is the energy of walking away, but it's walking away to a new day. So what I feel like this energy is telling you as you're leaving the month of January and walking into the month of February is that things are going to look brighter, is that the sun, happiness, success is coming forward, but there is something that needs your attention to be released. Don't be afraid of that unknown energy that you're looking at. There is stability coming in, and everything can't be rainbows and sunshine all the time, and it can't be havoc all the time. There's a balancing of energy that is coming in because it says here that your commitment to something is being tested, whether that's a relationship or whether that's your creative energy, whether that's your transformation in yourself. Don't allow things that feel like they're problems to stop you. Contain those problems and know that it's just information. And it's asking you to release any fear that you have around that unknown, because whatever's happening is inevitable. Listen to what's going on outside, but take the time. This is about you learning to react in this chaotic energy that you're seeing and not going into fear. Stability is coming your way in this 4 energy, and you'll be able to move into a direction that doesn't feel so murky, doesn't feel so dark and heavy emotionally, but allowing you to see the beauty of what's to come in the sun. So thank you, reading 1, so much for being here. I'd love to hear your comments and your feedback. And until next time, have an amazing day. Bye now. All right, so for reading number 2, beautiful information coming through for you. So you have chosen Kairos, and I hope that I'm saying that right, or it's Kairos. And from the archetype, the wild unknown. And what's interesting about having this card, and I'll let you take a closer look at it. One, you see this eye in the middle and all this beautiful energy around it, but this looks like a sacred, like geometry, something that like a web of what is around you, almost becoming clear, because there's this golden energy, and around you are all these crystals. Now, this particular card is in the back of Krans's book, and she has all of them separated, like by tools and places and, themes around yourself. This one is around the initiations. So meaning that there are these major things that are happening. It's towards the end of the book. It's after you've been in a lot of you are starting to see things about yourself that perhaps you didn't see when you were younger or just previously, because Kairos is around synchronicities. So that's something that could be, you're noticing more in your life that you could be this divine seeker, or a light worker, or you're tapping in and getting energy from Arcturians or something like that. That is because there's also a quality of this mystic energy around it. And what is a mystic really? It's somebody, in my opinion, that kind of aligns with energies that are around themselves and recognizes that they're part of something like larger than just this body, that your body is part of the planet, is part of the stars. So we have stardust in us, and we have elements of earth and energy of crystals and things around you. So you have kind of like this awareness, or if you do not, this is like the energy around what you're letting go of and what you're stepping into, or around this last week. I almost feel like it's death and rebirth, kind of like this last week of January, and what we're going into as the new energy in February comes about. And this 9 energy around 2025 is all about letting go and moving forward, because next year is about new beginnings and things. So this energy, this is known as the mythic time, and it's the territory of which this, I'm reading from the guidebook now, it's where this energy lies. And it suggests that there's a secondary time continuum that goes beyond any earthly clocks and schedules within something that feels linear. Within this non-linear realm, we access divine timing. A single moment ripens with auspiciousness, and our actions change the trajectory of our whole life. I've experienced that, where literally I saw like everything shift, and everything in my life changed after that. And so if that's a change point that's coming in for you, it can be a really, really big shift in an exciting way for you. So it says, when this card appears, it is all about patience and precision. Nothing in this realm is going to be able to guide you into when it's going to happen. It's about you being available to everything around you. That's why I was seeing all this grid around you. And for you to be able to kind of, it says, no clock can guide you. Wait for the rush of this inner knowing. So this is why I think also that it's in blue, and this eye is here. It's like that intuitive sense that lets you know, okay, this, I'm here for this. And that's really, really huge and magical. And the stone that you're bringing in here is the golden healer, which is bringing in this amplification. Whatever it is that you're feeling around this healing energy, this I feel like is this fiery energy, but it's all this energy coming into a point of transformation. And I think that that's the reason, reading number 1, that you chose this particular card that to guide you in, is because there's something really big that is transforming, that is shifting your entire reality. I've heard a lot of people talk about jumping timelines and things like that, and I don't always, it's almost as if it sets us up to be looking for something. And I think the importance that I want to really, challenge you with is stay here in this moment. You're aware of everything and the connection to it around you. Don't ask it to be something that it's not in the moment. That's the patience that they're talking about, is that be aware of everything and allow that intuitive understanding where you go, wow, okay, this is for me. With that being said, we're going to go to Sacred Mothers and Goddesses, and I feel like it's this one, and find out what the energy around this is. Okay, so number 20, Lakshmi, abundance and good fortune. So as you can see, we're continuing in this energy around this beautiful blue energy. This is it's like she's embodied in this creative abundance and good fortune. She's listening here. She has this blue energy up here around her head and around her eyes, you know what I mean, to help, I believe, balance that, because this is a very soft energy that's coming in, and she's got this beautiful crystal energy right here at her eye, and you chose the eye and this crystal that has got pointed focus into the energy around something that you're able to tap into intuitively. So when the card comes in, it is Lakshmi is, let me see what her energy, she's a Hindu goddess and was born from the foam of the ocean. That's that kind of intuitive. So she's bringing that energy to help you to feel that synchronicity, to allow that shift to come in, but to really steep yourself in the feeling of it. So it says, keep in mind that prosperity speaks of riches and abundance that surround you in ways that you're probably not even aware of. So allow yourself to experience all that's around you. Again, it's asking you to really tap into these things and to experience everything that's around you in a way that you know that is meant for you, and you're appreciating with gratitude what's coming in. So let's bring in this more masculine energy here with Kyle Gray and the wisdom of the ancestors. The drum. Oh, I love that. So the drum speaks of a very sacred time. This says dreams and journey, a very sacred time. So what you're going through is back to this kind of mystic energy, the heartbeat of all that is, the heartbeat of the earth, the heartbeat of you. Everything is beating. It's almost as if, like, as I'm sitting here doing this reading, I'm feeling like this beautiful sacred circle around you of your ancestors, setting up the information to come through in a very sacred, it's almost asking you to step into sacred ceremony in some way and to allow yourself to open up and to receive the energy. So let's go to the wisdom of the animals and ask, what is the information from the message, the medicine cards coming in from the animals? What's the energy asking us to listen to? Any information here? Okay, I feel like it's this one. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. So again, we have this kind of spider energy, and it's the energy of understanding the connection of all things. You're sitting in the middle of this web. Anything that comes into your experience, I'm getting goosebumps everywhere. Anything that's coming into your experience right now is allowing you, you're going to feel it, is what I'm hearing. So when the spider sits in the web, the reason why she has this beautiful, delicate web is that any tiny little thing, whether it be a breeze or a raindrop or a bug, right, for her to eat, anything that comes into her awareness, it vibrates. It's giving her information. And the spider is this divine, sacred, geometrical, like figure eight. Knowing, and in the figure eight energy, it's as if that as above, so below energy. The thing that's coming from below is marrying up with what's coming from above. And you are that center point to receive all the information from above and below, and be able to intuitively understand the synchronicity of the moment at hand. So I'm going to go into this beautiful book that they have here around the spider, because it's this weaving. That's what this is all about. It's like being able to create the abundance, this fortune, this energy. Like when I was seeing this drum energy here, it's around this space of like a sacred circle. This is what the spider is, right? It's the sacred circle, this energy here. These are sacred spaces, and being in this energy here as this mystic, you know the connection of everything, and you know that things aren't coming to you just haphazardly. They're all coming to you with message and information. So let's see what it says here. The most important message from Spider is that you are an infinite being, which is that figure eight, being who will continue to weave patterns of life throughout time. So I believe we're infinite beings, and that's what it's asking you to understand, is that this is a moment in time that you came here, and that everything is now communicating, so you know exactly what's moving forward, what's moving, what's coming in. But listen, you have to get quiet. You have to listen. Listen to the heartbeat. Listen to the information that's coming in. So do not fail to see the expansiveness of the eternal plan. Wow. Okay. So this is a really magical reading. I am so thrilled to be a part of it with you here. So let's go to the wisdom of the trees, right? The information of the trees is like our body. It has this mycelium that's down below the tree that's tapping in and understands everything around it. It's feeling life from above and below, like I was just saying. Like our heads are rooted in the air, and our feet walk upon the earth. So we have to have that connection to the earth, just like the trees. So let's see, what is the information from the trees wanting to come through? Okay, so willow came through. And so, oh my gosh, so I have not received willow, I don't think. If I have, it's been a really long time since I've seen, so I'll have to go to the guidebook. So the first thing that I'm noticing is one of the things around the willow tree is not only is it's like this deeply mystical tree is what I'm feeling like. It's got this the song. So it's what I'm hearing is it's asking you to listen to the song. This is about like the willow's branches. They grow upward to the skies, and then it almost comes back down in this really beautiful, graceful way to kind of touch the earth again in a new way. And I don't know if you can see this, but this is a water's edge around you. So it's like it's inviting you into this intuitiveness. And there's a little hint here, I don't know if you can see it, of the moon that's also latent there, which is around your intuitive senses. And the willow, because this song here is asking you to be in harmony with all of this that's flowing through your life right now. That there is a gracefulness, there is something that's going on right now in this moment for you that's asking you to kind of listen, to be a part of all that is, that you're not pushing the stream, you're not trying to make something happen, you're experiencing everything, because this is a time like no other. So the message here in the guidebook says, show your respect for all forms, because it's going to help you build a deep relationship with that. So that's around this sacred circle that I was talking about here in the drum, is there's a sacredness to everything that's going on right now. It's asking you to also, as you understand and resonate with all this energy, as a mystic, part of that is helping others through your own nurturing and understanding and grace and harmony with everything. People will allow themselves to step into that grace and harmony as well. And then it could be an opportunity for you to be able to show that to others, and which allows them to wake up in a more graceful way as well. So because we have all this moon energy and all these planetary shifts, I wanted to bring in this moon energy here. And then what do we have here? Show the world the real you. Okay, so that is almost as if it's saying that as you are, feeling all this magical energy, we have, again, what feels like some very similar energy here. It's as if that you're thinking differently than others, that you're maybe finding confusion because you feel so different from everybody else, and that you're receiving all this information and it's not coinciding with this fear-based energy and all this crazy talk that's going on. Because look at this, like, darkness of the full moon is saying conclusions are within reach. So it's almost as if show the world the real you. It's allowing you to be a part of all this magic that's going on, because what's coming, it's like we're seeing all this fear, all this craziness, that something that perhaps you were feeling intuitively is now going to open up and allow you to see it. That's that energy within, kind of like, this is the night sky, and it's full of information and energy. And as the full moon illuminates, and what the full moon does is it shows you something. It shows you something that would have been hidden in the other phases of the moon. Even when a new moon comes out, it's like the new moon is a time to go in. It's dark. It's only at the full moon that you can see what you're dealing with, or what has been coming to you, or those synchronicities, or what you've been feeling and what you've been tapping into. So let's draw an angel number to guide you into these next 2 weeks and see, like, what is the information from numbers, since there'll be a lot of synchronistic events and a lot of you know, like, you're going to tap into a lot of different things here. Yeah, okay, so this one, have confidence. That's very interesting, because if you add these numbers up, the twos are about, you know, bringing something together. The 7, I feel like, is almost like this luck and good fortune. But when you double the 2, or you create a 22, which is this divine number, this divine pairing of information, it creates stability. When you add stability with this luck, it's this divinity that happens and creates that number 11 for you. So you could be seeing 2s, 22s, 7s, 9s, and 11s all within this. And you can see where this sacred information is I feel like, going to be part of what's coming out for you. It's more of this blue energy, and I'm seeing the green and the blue and a little bit of this purple energy all radiating, pointing towards something. So have confidence in what you're receiving. Have confidence in yourself to know that the energy and the information, even though it might feel different from what other people are feeling, that it's the information that is right for you at this time. It's not coming to you unless it has a purpose. So know that more than ever, that whatever is coming into your space is bringing something for you. An awareness. It could be just, you know, something that you need to look at that time, but there's a lot going on for you. So let's go to the Light Seers Tarot and ask for any other guided information. So the card coming out is the Knight of Pentacles. And in the Knight, this is a slow moving energy. The Knight's energy is about moving forward. It's sometimes a little chaotic, because the knights, you know, just like you see in a movie, the knights are like charging forward into battle, and doesn't always go well. But this knight is not that charging forward with that energy. He's actually walking forward. He's moving slowly, because he's leaving. Like, what is it that he's putting into the earth? So know that the steps that you're moving forward, what you're moving forward with, is creating like this energy here. It's creating something. It's creating grace. It's creating opportunities for other people to see the calmness, the way, the stability. He's barefoot in here, so he's feeling the earth. He's feeling the energy intuitively, and his horse walks behind him. So he has the ability at any time to move quickly. But he doesn't have to. He's aware of everything around him. He's aware. Some people look at this knight as, you know, not such a great knight, because he's not moving forward. And I see him just the opposite. It's asking you to really connect. And what is it that you're planting? What are you leaving behind as you're moving into the future here? So this is a reading for these next couple of weeks. Wow, I love this for you. And look at that. So we have the Page of Wands. Now this is a little bit newer energy. And as you can see with the page, it's a little bit more about, right, like unabashed. Like, you don't have anything restraining you. You feel that energy. It's the newness of it, creating a new spiral of energy for you to jump into. So as you move forward, there's energy that's going to be available to you. However it comes, you have a lot of this sacred spiral energy with this Karos and the spider and the drum. These are all these divine circular energies. It's saying that you have an opportunity, as long as you're staying connected, understanding who you are and what you're leaving, that you'll be creating a dynamic energy that will kind of illuminate you, I feel like, in a new way. And this could be around the good fortune and abundance as well. So let's see, what else do we have? Okay, so what's really beautiful is right here under the spider image, we're back to this sacred. This is the one. That's what you're stepping into next year, is a new like energy of creation. But the magician is here to remind you of the sacredness of what you're creating, and that you have the elements you need, and that this divine spiral, there's a reason why you're seeing all this energy, and there is a point. This He's in the middle. He's the creator. He's the cross point in the sacred spiral energy, the above and the below. That cross point is you. You are creating. You're feeling what's above and below, and what are you creating? Now, what's interesting is there's more of this 2 energy that's coming in. So remember this 2 that we saw here, that this 7 or this lucky information is surrounded by 2. Now this is swords energy, and the 2 of swords energy means that there's different information coming in, and sometimes there's information that feels like it's opposing, but you're here in the middle. And are these crows wrapping you up because there's information that seems to be opposed, or are you seeing that information and being untied, that because she's here with a blindfold, which dictates that you're not going to see what you need from outside. You have to hear it coming in. So there's information that's coming in. I've never read this card this way before, but that's what I was hearing. For you particularly, is that this information is asking you not to look at what's going on outside, because there's a lot of information out there and it's going to look like something is real and it's not. And it's going to be 2 different sides of information. You're here in the middle. Like, don't look at that as truth. Know that your truth is coming through this divine synchronicity, information. You're tapping into the wisdom of your own body. You're the spider. You're not looking at that, bug over there and knowing what it's going to do. You're going to wait till it hits the net. That's the information that you're going to consume. When that resonates within your body, that's the information that's going to be real for you, not because somebody else says it's real. All right. Oh, I love this for you. You are in a beautiful space. Okay. So I think this is probably the last cards for you. So in the Empress, it's an abundant energy. It's this divine goddess energy. And what is really amazing for you is this 10 of Pentacles energy here at the very end. So this is a beautiful, abundant card here, kind of mimicking the card here. The world, like you have the ability to create. You see this blue energy in and around her. She is creating from this energy of kind of being really intuitively guided. There's a reason why you see this moon, and this moon is coming in and wrapping around everything it is. That moon is that intuitive energy. This is the divine feminine of having all that you need, having the world, having, like, if you could just tap into your energy and feel the world open up and be a part of you and understand that you're a part of all that is. This is, I feel like, a really lucky time for you, because the 10 of Pentacles is that point where you really truly don't have to ask for anything outside of you, because you have everything that you need. The 10 of Pentacles is about all the resources. Look at the sacred geometry. That's the tree of life. That's all of the divine center points held within the center of this mandala here. This is like the knowing. This is like the divine energy of you, your center. And these are all these like sacred chakra centers around you, knowing that you're connected with all of life. That's the tree of life. You're connected with everything. This is a beautiful, I feel like, really sacred reading. And I am absolutely just floored by the information coming out for you, reading number 2. I'd love to hear from you in the comments about how the reading resonated with you and what you experience as you're moving through. Please feel free to tap into this reading anytime if you want to come back. I feel like it's a very inspiring reading, so if you kind of get wrapped up in things that don't make sense, please come back and watch it as often as you like. It'll be on my reader board. So until then, I hope you have an amazing day. Bye now. Right, so if you have chosen this reading, reading 3, that we have, wow, we have a lot to discover here. So the first thing that I wanted to share with you is that you have this gnosis, which is 75, which is in the book at the very back. So you're nearing the end of something is what I'm feeling like. So this gnosis energy here it's kind of a form of initiation. So if this really resonates with you. Pile number 2 also had something in this initiation area. And what Gnosis is around is it's understanding your innermost knowing and your mystic truth. So that was like part of what reading number 2 was. So there may be some relevance for you. And you can see here like this center point. There's a lot going on. You see the bird that's flying around that what feels like this rainbow energy. And this is around like being connected with all of things. There is like a sacred geometry. And the sacred geometry here within this card, as you can see, has got all these like little dots that are connecting everything. And this crystal energy right in the middle, as if that the light of something is coming into your awareness if you're not feeling that right now. Now there's this energy of this kind of blackness around here, and it's reminding me of this black tourmaline that you chose right next to you, which is a protective energy, is what this brings, and it repels negative energies and protects you from destructive forces, whatever that might be for you. It's a useful stone to keep around you if you're feeling like there's some negativity in your life and it's something that is keeping you kind of stuck and maybe, you know, kind of pulled down into something instead of rising up into this more energy of light. Now, because this Gnosis is this 75 energy, is I'm going to read a little bit about it from the guidebook, because I haven't got this card out before, and I really opened up all the cards today because I wanted the energy, because I felt like something new was coming in. This kind of, as we're flowing into this 9-year and leaving old things behind and stepping into the new, we're also doing that as we're transitioning from January into February in like what I'm feeling is like a macrocosm and a microcosm way. Is that's how everything is going to be seen. Is the bird is here to ask you to like go back and look at from a bigger picture place, and then go back in and then feel and to be a part of that, because the mystic has an understanding that we're all connected. So true knowledge is not found in facts and figures. It is, or in scholarly books at the library. So that is telling me like the energy, the information that's coming out, and there's a lot of fear narratives, a lot of like talk that's going on out there. It's asking you not to look at that, because books are written by people, and people write things from the perspective of where they are. So if they're a beautiful, open, mystic soul, they're going to give you information around that. But if there is somebody that's in a fear-based space, they're going to give you fear-based information. So it's very important for you to step out of that, because Gnosis points to the deep and like timeless information that's coming through, and the felt experience, the things that you really feel. When you have really felt something, you embody that information. That's what is wisdom. It's like the ability to somebody, you know, there's a lot of information around like raising of our frequency and stepping into this new level of awareness, whether we're talking about, you know, coming from 3D into 5D. Until you feel that, it's just words, it's just information, which is great to have, but this is asking you to really step into the information in a way that allows it to resonate with you. So it says, those who are drawn to Gnosis find themselves in esoteric studies like mysticism, alchemy, healing practices, and that could be something that's pulling you forward. So the card signifies a knowing that is life-changing. Once you experience it, then you're changed for forever, and you become a guardian of that information. So something could be coming forward in a really big way for you that changes your experiences, and you embody this in a way that you can share it with a true knowing. It's like people who have had these NDEs who've experienced the other side of reality. So the eternal mystery is calling you. Study your passion in the deepest way available to you. So what that's telling me is that it's like, don't get caught up in kind of what's going on around you. there's this true purpose that is emerging through you, and it could be something that completely changes who you are in a way that you could never have imagined. So we're going to ask the sacred goddess for reading number 3 to help us with information. Like, what is the information? Okay, so I have here Kuyen, and yeah, so I'm feeling that it's the top card, but I'm going to leave because I feel like, so their wealth and prosperity is below it. So what I think that is telling me is that wealth and prosperity is below, but to get to that, there is some sort of, like, this is sacred ceremony. This is ancestors, past lives. You've got the 1 and 9, right? That is we are the 9 year. We're going into next 2026 is the 1 year again. And I feel like that wealth and prosperity is going to come to you through these sacred experiences, that it's not necessarily going to be money as you think of money, although it could be, but there is an information that is coming into you. Perhaps it's asking you to touch more deeply. This here is asking you to protect yourself. So if you're getting, I've heard that there's a lot of information out there. There's they're talking about the veil lifting. And again, this is all talk. So listen. You don't have to listen and believe everything I say either. Whatever you're feeling resonates with you, then that is your truth. Is that I think the reason why this is here is because it's asking you to protect your divinity, to protect that sacredness about yourself, and know that all the information coming to you is sacred information, but you don't listen to it all, only the parts that are resonating with you. This is her in the light of the darkness. It's the beating of the drum. It's that sacred knowledge that is coming forth to you, I feel like, at this time. And you could be tapping into ancestral energy and people, past live information, but there's a lot coming to you. Okay, so this is what, oh, I love these cards so much. So again, you've got 2, and look at this, you've got 2 women coming out again, and you have the seer, see beyond the current situation. So there's something that, and look at this focused energy. So both of these women have focused energy. And then you have the wise one here asking you to grow within some sort of situation. You have the raven here and the black pearls and the wisdom of the owls. This is the crone energy, saying that you have the elements within you. There is something that is asking you to dive into, to not just look at things superficially, that this is this beautiful time for you to really, even this energy, like she's looking to the heavens, she's tapping into that. She's got these bigger ears here because she's being able to really hear intuitively what she needs. And it could be like, when you look at this and this, I almost feel like they're very similar, is that there's information that's coming to you that perhaps it's ancestral, past lives energy. And see how she's got a veil. She's and this one also has like something similar here. Her eyes are closed, but she has a similar veil. And it's the beads are around the top part of her head, this intuitive information. She's veiling herself out. She's veiling herself from the outside influences, because what she's experiencing is the truth. And the reason why I think the crystal ball is purple is that's that divine guidance coming in, and that the wisdom of the wise one is asking you to grow, like to allow yourself to see this information coming in, and you can actually grow into this new state of being and being able to receive information on a very, very different level. There is wisdom in what you're receiving, and it's asking you to kind of bring that into your space and sit with the energy. It's here for a reason. It's a great learning. It's a great teaching, and there's mystic information in what you're doing, being connected with everything. So we're going to ask for information from the medicine cards. Okay, I feel like it's that one. It's information that came upside down. So 32, the ant. So the ant is a very communal bug, right? it's always doing. So the ant is always in something. He's a part of something that is not really about him necessarily, but he understands like what his purpose is within the whole. So I think there's a reason why that came out, is because that there's something that it's asking you as you're kind of like gnawing on all this new stuff that could be coming in. If it's not there, I feel like you're stepping into this. It's like you're stepping out of 1 month, you're stepping into a completely new reality that's going to change the way you think. So ants work together and they don't like need everything to happen right away. So this is around patience. But because it was upside down, what I'm hearing is that it's like asking you to kind of, it's like when information comes in, you just want it to kind of be there, right? You just want it to like flow and go. And it's saying that the reason why you have this protective energy is that sometimes the energy that's coming in is not worthy of you. So it wants you to kind of make sure that you understand where you're going, because you can get, like if you step into a red anthill, this invasive thing is going to sting you, right? So the ants are going to sting you. So it's in right relationship here to this energy is around patience and awareness that you're part of something bigger than you. This energy is still here, but because it's upside down, it's saying that you could be going about things too fast, and it wants you to kind of like tap into something outside of what you're seeing outside. It says it teaches you to trust like the information that's coming to you, and not to move forward, and not to feel like, okay, so this little information is coming at me, now I need all of that information, right? That's like this information of getting like all this. So what the guidebook says here is that the key here is to honor the will of the great spirit that's coming to you, so that mountains are not made out of anthills. Meaning that you can take the information that's coming to you and you could feel like you have to do something with it. Like it's coming to you and you need to understand it in a different way. This is saying no. All of these women are just gently tapping into this information. Be wise about how you move forward with the information. So let's go to the trees. Wow, that was interesting. I dropped the deck. Let's see. So there's something very, yeah, look at that. It came in flying for you. And what is so crazy, this has never happened. Let me make sure. Yep, it is one. This is banyan. So see how this tree, the trees grow up into the heavens and they're deeply rooted in the earth. But this, it's like you see a lot of the roots. So what I'm hearing from this card is almost like you're seeing like a lot of information is coming in. I'm going to go to the guidebook here. A lot of information is coming in, and it's like you're grabbing a hold of it and rerouting, grabbing a hold of it and rerouting, which is creating a lot of ability to anchor in to who you are. It's like, don't try to create something outside. All this information is coming in because it wants to deeply anchor into this mystic side of you, this thing that's going to completely change who you are. You have to kind of know like where you are right now, because if the shift comes in and it's like overwhelming, it could like knock you off. It could turn you upside down and change in a way that creates an imbalance for you. It's asking you to really anchor down in who you are. So it says here that someone needs your emotional and moral and physical support. So I feel like that could be because you're tapping into these ancestrals and past life information, and whatever this energy is coming through for you is allowing you to help other people with it, including yourself. So it could be that you're helping someone, but it could be that this is about you. So yeah, so it's encouraging you to not get too dependent on other people and become, kind of like drink the Kool-Aid and feel like because you have all this new awareness that you need to, that everybody needs to see it, right? And don't give too much of yourself away is basically what I'm hearing from this card, is that really anchor in this information coming in and this new way of being coming in before you create something bigger than it was supposed to be. It's like there's a sacredness about what's coming in for you. And I think that that is what it's asking you to stay in that. In this divine feminine flow of receiving. Okay, this is the card for you. Rather than the masculine, which needs you to go out and do something with it. So the energy is gaining momentum. So what is coming in is picking up speed. And I think that that's one of the reasons why it's saying, you know, really you need to like ground down, ground into who you are. Okay, so I looked at the bottom card and if I look at the bottom card, that means it's telling me something. So it's 5-5. So that means a really big shift is coming. Again, like it was saying, there's a butterfly of transformation. It's telling you that there's a shift. And let me see, I really think that that's your card. I don't even need to draw any further. We're going to go into the information from the light seers, which kind of fell all over the place here. So this is reiterating. When you see this 5-5 energy around you, you may be noticing 5s on the clock. You may be noticing, you know, so much information coming in, and it's telling you that it's coming, like to be aware of what's coming to you. Be aware of the inspiration. Be like, when you see those 5s, that's around change. And this is 55, big change. But the 5-5 together creates the 1. So once things fall apart and change, it takes you back into that grounding point. So stabilize yourself for this shift, because I really feel like it's going to be a big one. But don't create more like chaos for yourself, right? Be patient with what's coming in. Okay, so I feel like that's part of your reading. Actually, I'm feeling like it's asking me to like look at this first. Okay, so we have the 8 of Wands energy, and that's around, like, I'm feeling like it's mimicking this. The 8 is that divine energy coming in, and this is showing you this focused energy. Something's coming into in a big way. The Wands energy is about you being able to create something. So whatever is going on in your life, it's this divinity that was meant to be. It is you tapping into ancestral energy, to, you know, whatever is going on right now. It's asking you to see beyond it, as like she's covering her eyes, like this outside influence that you feel like is throwing you off balance here is like, it's creating some sort of stability that's helping you grow within the situation. So don't try to make it something else. Don't try to move out of the situation before you're ready, because this is the 4 of Swords asking you to take a break. Right underneath, it's saying you to see beyond this situation, right? It's asking you to take a break, and it's asking you to take a break because sometimes when you just put air around it, it's something different. Look at that. We have Temperance as well. And that's the exact same thing. It's like asking you to balance within whatever the situation that's going on with you. It's asking you to be this kind of spiritual mystic that receives all the information but doesn't overreact to it. It's gaining momentum, so it could feel like the energy is going to knock you off. I feel like this is something really big coming to you with the double 5s, the gaining of the momentum, all of this telling us that this is coming. And maybe there's something that feels challenging for you right now, and if so, it's saying that this energy is coming in. So don't focus on the chaos. Focus on you and how you're feeling and what your attachment is, because Temperance, you need to balance. You really need to balance some energy. I feel like this one, yeah. So when the Knight of Wands comes out, I feel like that's about you. So that's the information around telling me that there's something like this energy is building, and you're, you know, receiving it, and you feel very much the need to go out and do something with it. It's right here under the Ant, which is asking for patience, because it feels the opposite of what you can do within that kind of energy is to be patient, because it's so fiery. But it's asking you really to be patient. That it's, look at that, more fiery energy. And this is the Wands energy, which is in the receiving mode. This is the Knight energy that rushes out and moves forward because he has so much energy. So it's asking you to balance these energy and to look at that energy and see what is wanting to come out of where this energy is coming in from, and to experience this. There is something that is really shifting in a big way for you. but you can get really thrown off by it. So I'm going to ask for final messages here. I see these 3 cards right there. Final messages for you so we can really understand more about what this is. Yeah. So, okay. So the energies here is the 9 of Cups. As you can see, it's like this. This is around feeling, but it's almost like the wish card when things are coming to you. She's got the blue here around her head, just like she does, kind of reminding you that what's coming in is this intuitive sense that's going to allow you to resonate and live and have the wealth and prosperity. And it's like the wish card. And again, judgment, you being liberated from something else, from something that has felt perhaps not like you. This is around, it's also around death and rebirth, around letting something go so you can rise above it and be liberated. And the choice is yours. So the magician, again, these sacred symbols here, you're in the middle of a change point right now, and you have what you need to create the alchemical change to bring in wealth and prosperity. But don't think that wealth and prosperity is only around finances. This information that's coming to you, this great spark, this great energy that's shifting, that's changing for you, is letting you know that this isn't happening to you, that you're co-creating it, that you're bringing your magic into this soup of all this energy. And protect yourself, because you could leak out energy by being too excited, moving too fast, and just creating chaos where it doesn't need to be. You have the ability to really rise into this situation and allow it to nurture you and rise out of things that were a little bit heavier. Take your time, know who you are. She knows who she is. She understands. She's aware of her light and how she wants to use it. So thank you, reading 3. I hope you enjoyed this. If it resonates with you, please leave me a message and a comment. And if you're just here for the first time to see what's going on, I hope you'll consider hitting that subscribe button. So until next time, have an amazing day. Bye now.